most people had an uncle or a grandpa growing up that pulled quarters out of their ears. It's not hard to pull a trick like that on a kid, and it's rather endearing. Well, my uncle was a better conjurer than that. Not a lot of what he did could be called endearing. He would occasionally break down into tears for no reason, and be escorted away from us youngins. And then, 2 minutes later, he'd be back sporting red cheeks, dry eyes, and the same stoic expression he had by default. There were a lot of other random things too. He pounded his fist on the dinner table a few times for no reason. Sometimes he'd zone out into a vegetative state for extended periods. He also drank a lot. No one else in our family really did. When another uncle was getting married, we all gathered around a house I'd never been to before. I was unhappy my parents wouldn't take me to get this Crash Bandicoot toy, but then they said that my uncle had a cat, which was in the basement for the party. I was excited to see it. I had always wanted a cat. When I went into the basement, my uncle was rummaging around in some boxes. There was a metal bucket on a table. My uncle turned and looked at me. He smiled. He opened his wallet and took out a quarter, put the wallet away, and threw the quarter into the bucket. Then produced another quarter from thin air. I didn't understand what he was doing. He then picked up the bucket and dropped another quarter in. He ruffled my hair and pulled another quarter out, dropping it into the bucket. Then came the obligatory quarter from the ear. Then he started pulling quarters out of the boxes. I searched the boxes looking for quarters as he continued his show. I was amused and laughing at his endless supply of quarters. He then placed the bucket on top of the boxes out of my reach and went upstairs, stopping to click his tongue and point at me like... I quickly rearranged the boxes to reach the metal bucket, hoping to find enough money in there for my Crash Bandicoot toy. The metal bucket only had 3 quarters and 1 dead cat.